VFX Bro here with a quick overview of the previously released Eyes on Fire experimental video. I'm going to be going over the effects used. A lot of what you see is a modification of other tutorials that are already out there. So let's go ahead and start with a new project. The two shots are a backplate and a green screen shot. Here we can see you want to set this up on a tripod, make sure that the camera is not moving at all, get a nice shot of your location without anything in it, no movement at all, and then on top of that will be a shot of a green screen and then your subject moving around in front of the green screen. You can see here we had the lovely Justine doing some pretty sweet dance moves in front of the green screen. We're going to add a key light to this green screen footage. Go ahead and type in key light and then place it on top of your top layer. We're going to take the tool here and select the green color so that it keys out the green. We're going to mess with the gain a little bit here and with the screen balance, just so that we remove that green screen as best as possible. We're going to go to the screen mat and do a little bit of clipping on the white. You can see there's still a little bit of residue left. So we're going to bring our clipping up a little bit just so that it does a better job of keying out our subject here. Now we're going to hit the G button and we're going to put a mask around the edge of the green screen just so that we don't see those tape marks. There we go. That looks pretty good. We can see a little bit of her feet have been cut off here at the bottom because they are not in front of the green screen. So we're going to have to go through this and add a separate mask to add in her feet. So we have that mask selected. We've duplicated that layer. Now we're going to delete the mask and add in a new mask. So we hit G again and we're going to add this mask around her feet here. The accuracy of rotoscoping will depend a lot on your shot, but here we can do kind of a rough job. We're going to set a keyframe for the mask path and then move a little bit forward and move the mask so that it stays in line with her feet here. There we go. We're just going to do a few keyframes here. Just kind of move it around. After we add in this mask, we're going to kind of feather it out a little bit just to make it not as apparent. We can see here after the mask has been added that her feet are now in the shot. The tutorial that I messed around with a little bit to get this effect was Disintegration at videocopilot.net. If you look at their tutorials, there's a lot of great stuff there, and I used this effect to kind of make part of her disappear like you see in the video. And so just go ahead and check that tutorial. We're going to go on to the next shot here. We can see kind of their body images ingrained in the wall. So I'm going to show you quickly how I did that effect. We're going to go to displacement map and put that onto our bottom layer, which is the blank slate. And then we're going to go layer pre-compose with our Justine footage selected and pre-compose that footage. Now we're going to select our blank slate and put the displacement map onto that Justine footage. And we're going to turn off the layers. With only our bottom slate selected, we're going to take the horizontal and vertical displacement and bring it up to about 90. We can see here that she is now appearing in the wall. Very nice. So you can see how we very easily got that effect. The next effect we're going to move on to is this glowing we have of Charlie here, where he looks a little bit pixelated. Basically, I just messed around with the preset here. He was green screen in that footage too, so we were able to separate him completely from the background. And then I put this pixel effect on top of him and just messed around with the settings a little bit. Feel free to mess around with these presets for each individual project that you have, but there are literally unlimited possibilities within After Effects that allow you to kind of generate a unique effect for every project that you have. Another practical effect that I use here to accentuate the dance moves is speed ramping, and that is a very simple technique that we're going to use to accentuate the dance moves that you see here. And this effect can be learned very easily on videocopilot.net. Again, it is called speed ramping, and we're basically just changing the speed at an exponential rate. The last effect here we can see is these cubes moving around. To make those, we're going to open up Cinema 4D. a 3D modeling software, we're going to go to our content browser and then open up advanced render and open up example scenes and select the HDRI preset we have saved here. And Cinema 4D is a great program. Again, it's a 3D program, and the cubes that you saw were made in a 3D space sort of setup. We're going to select these balls here, and we're going to make a new cube, and we're going to take the material settings from these balls and carry them onto the cube. Go to delete that, and now we have the cube here by itself. And that's basically how we got the cubes that you saw in the video. In order to composite them so they look like they're in the scene, we made a new background here. With a new layer, we select that layer and then add in the footage from the Eyes on Fire video. So we're going to just add in here that first shot that we had of the backplate footage here. And then when we bring it in, we're going to want to make sure that it's animated so that it's playing from one scene to the next. And now we're going to go ahead and add in that new background, carry the new material we just made onto that background. Settings are a little bit off here. We're going to go to our render settings and change the camera output to 720 by 1280p here so that it looks like the footage that we originally shot. And after bringing in this new camera, you're just going to want to match up the 3D objects with your scene. This has been VFX Bro with a brief overview of the Eyes on Fire experimental video. A lot of advanced stuff here, mostly for you advanced users out there who are fairly familiar with After Effects and Cinema 4D. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on the video.